History Month is right around the corner, and this year a monument for a civil rights icon will be unveiled in downtown Terre Haute. Will Price has the details on how Frederick Douglass will be celebrated in the city.
You see it? Monuments tell stories.
The story that the Frederick Douglass and Terre Haute Monument will tell is one of a community that embraced the civil rights icon, according to local historian Crystal Reynolds.
Terre Haute had visionary leaders who embraced Frederick Douglass, but also embraced the idea of civil rights and equal rights for all. Now, nothing is ever perfect, but this was a start. Letting Frederick Douglass stay here, embracing Frederick Douglass, and the people who came after him, like Booker T. Washington.
The historic figure visited Terre Haute at least 10 times in his life, giving speeches, raising money for the Allen Chapel, and desegregating the Terre Haute House, now the Hilton Garden Inn. The monument will be placed right outside the building on Wabash Avenue. The Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity at Indiana State helped raise the funds for this project, and member Justin Whitmer says he's excited for the end of a long journey, one that began when the organization found a rare autobiography by Douglass.
This started 2 years ago when we discovered a book in our library, an autobiography of Frederick Douglass, and spoke with Dr. Reynolds about it. Didn't really truly realize its significance until we talked with her. And upon realizing that there were only 60 copies ever made, we decided to donate it to the library.
In just a matter of weeks, the monument will stand tall in downtown. Reynolds says he's excited for the story it will tell for generations to come.
It's a celebration of Terre Haute, it's a celebration of Vigo County, and it's a celebration of this great African American in our history.
The ceremony will take place in 2 weeks on Wednesday, February 14th. It will start at noon inside the Hilton Garden Inn. It has been 1 month since Terre Haute's new mayor, Brandon Sackbun, took office. Today, he, along with other new leaders in the city, spoke about the first month in office. Mayor Sackbun says it's been a busy month, and he feels his administration is off to a strong start. He says the Terre Haute Redevelopment Office has been working to get about 20 vacant lots transferred to developers for infill housing. And he says the city is identifying homes that need to be condemned and taken down. He explained why that's important to public safety.
This past month we had incredibly cold temperatures, which the street department handled very well. But we also see during the winter time those that are unhoused kind of going into some of these condemned properties. At times this can create a second and third order effect, from trespassing to a structure fire. And it really sheds light on our problems of poverty here in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Also, Terre Haute's new police and fire chiefs spoke today. Fire Chief Derek Scott says the department's frontline firefighters will soon be fully staffed. And Police Chief Kevin Barrett says his department is getting ready for its recruitment period. That's from February 23rd through April 8th.
It's been great. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. The big thing is making sure our men and women have full staff, and this mayor and this administration has put that priority on.
We're at a part where we're 3 or 4 officers down, but we have 50 patrol officers with less than 5 years on. That's a third of the department. So we're working with that. We're developing internal leadership engagement programs.
Also today, the Terre Haute Police Department received accreditation from the Indiana Law Enforcement Accreditation Commission. Under Senate Bill 50, public and charter school superintendents and principals could hire chaplains if they have a master's degree in divinity, theology, or religious studies and have 2 years of counseling experience and pass a background check. But even with these safeguards in place, some school officials and religious authorities say they aren't enough. Hannah Adamson has the story.
As chaplains, we are trained to provide spiritual advice and to provide spiritual counsel.
Father Gray Lassane has served as a pastor at Christ Church Cathedral for the past decade.
I love being a chaplain in a local community organization.
He says a bill allowing public schools to offer chaplains in place of trained counselors is problematic.
There are a lot of vague guidelines around this bill that are really concerning.
Under the bill, chaplains could give religious advice to students only if the student and one of their parents sign off on it. In all other instances, chaplains would be required to give secular advice to minors, something Father Lassane says could easily be misunderstood.
They see me as a religious authority, and they might interpret that advice as religious advice, whether it was intended by me or not.
The bill specifically allows public and charter school principals and superintendents to hire chaplains. The Indiana State Teachers Association says that could open the door for those officials to circumvent the current hiring process. Although the bill would require chaplains to report if a student intends to harm themselves or others, Father Lassane says the bill does not explicitly require chaplains to report suspected abuse or neglect.
In my role as a parish priest, that's something I'm required to do by law, and it's concerning because the bill is vague in that regard as well.
We reached out to all of the bill's authors and co-authors for comment. Most of them either didn't respond or declined our interview requests, while State Senator Jeff Rotz told us to reach out if the bill receives a third hearing. The ACLU of Indiana says it opposes the bill and that the bill could violate the separation of church and state provision in the First Amendment. According to the ACLU, if the bill passes, it will most likely be taken up in court. Reporting from the State House, I'm Hannah Adamson.
A local health system is once again working toward the highest national honor for nursing excellence. In 2020, Union Hospital achieved Magnet recognition. It's only about 9% of hospitals across the country have the designation. Today, the hospital submitted its documents for redesignation. This includes Union Hospital Terre Haute, Union Hospital Clinton, and Union Medical Group. The Magnet designation is said to benefit consumers by identifying hospitals with superior clinical care and quality patient outcomes. The 4-year credential is one of the highest honors a health organization can receive. Amy Allen is the director of the Magnet program for Union Health. She says this designation is built on the care provided by the clinical staff.
It's a very prestigious designation achieved by our clinical nurses and our clinical care teams taking great care of our patients. And so it is a give back to them for the great work that they do every single day.
Now that the application and supporting documents are in, the hospital expects a site visit later this year and a redesignation decision by early 2025. Big tech and social media under fire today on Capitol Hill. Coming up, the latest on the hearing involving big tech CEOs. Later in sports, the Sycamores head down to Nashville, where they look for a big comeback in the Music City. Do they get it? Grant has highlights of their game at Belmont coming up.
Your news now on WTWO with Mike Tank, Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker, and Sports Director Grant Pugh.
Get instant access to national, local, political, and entertainment news all in one place. MyWabashValley.com.
Are you worried about the high cost of long-term care? Wabash Valley seniors can pay as much as $80,000 per year for nursing home care. But you have options.
We are elder law attorneys Jeff and Jennifer Hawkins.
Folks in the Wabash Valley trust us to help them protect their hard-earned assets from long-term care costs and to give them peace of mind.
Don't lose another night of sleep. Call us today at 812-268-8777.
You open your front door, and as you walk in, everywhere is flooded. You find that the hose to your washing machine is broken. What do you do now? Call Puro Clean, the paramedics of property damage. At Puro Clean, we work 24/7 and show up fast to take the stress out of your water emergency. When disaster hits home, count on Puro Clean.
Here. Are you looking for carpet? Osborne's has what you need. On a budget? We have tremendous value at unbeatable prices. How about something ultra soft? Ultra luxurious? Something with a stylish pattern? Or maybe pet friendly? Or all of the above? Osborne's has the largest in-stock selection and the largest and most stylish showroom in the entire Wabash Valley. Come see us at Osborne's Georgia Carpet, the store for your floors.
You'll find all your news now only on WTWO. From WTWO, your news now.
The leaders of the biggest social media companies on Capitol Hill today facing criticism from parents and lawmakers who say their platforms are dangerous for children. During a Senate hearing, lawmakers grilled tech CEOs on their efforts to protect young people. NBC's Drew Petramu has the story.
In a Senate hearing room packed with family members who say their kids were harmed by social media.
How many more kids like Matthew?
Like Olivia.
Like Riley.
How many more kids will suffer and die because of social media?
The CEOs of Meta, TikTok, X, and other social media platforms facing the anger of lawmakers increasingly concerned about the impact of their companies on the lives of young people.
The companies before us, I know you don't mean it to be so, but you have blood on your hands. You have a product. You have a product that's killing people.
The social media executives say they are stepping up measures to protect their users, working with law enforcement and using AI to identify harmful content.
Safety is one of the core priorities that defines TikTok under my leadership. We currently have more than 40,000 trust and safety professionals working to protect our community globally.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg pressed to apologize to families in the room.
They're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
Zuckerberg did apologize, saying, "I'm sorry for everything you have all been through." But lawmakers and parents argue social media companies are not doing enough to stop problems like child exploitation and drug dealing on their platforms, and they are pushing a slew of bills to hold them accountable.
I'm so tired of this. It's been 28 years, since the internet. We haven't passed any of these bills because everyone's double talk, double talk. It's time to actually pass them.
The push for change coming from both sides of the aisle, but the deep-pocketed social media companies are powerful and hold considerable sway on Capitol Hill. Drew Petramu, NBC News, Washington.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit. The French Interior Minister said today that the number of people set to attend the opening ceremony of the Summer Olympics in Paris has been estimated at about 300,000, around half as many as were previously expected. The opening ceremony will be a 3.7-mile parade along the River Seine on July 26. It will take place during security concerns as France is on a high terrorism alert. The last time officials estimated the number of attendees was in May of last year, when they said up to 600,000 were expected at the opening ceremony. So I guess they're throttling back a little bit on that, but I'm looking forward to that Olympics.
You can watch it here.
You can watch it right here,
We'll
no doubt about that. And it'll be neat because Paris is a cool place.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
It's warming up around here, and that's some good news. People are tired
I like
of the cold.
that.
I do too, yeah. Here's what it looks like right now, live across the area with our Great Post building cam. We've got some pretty good weather settling in for the first week of February. We'll talk all about that right after the break.
Stop in today and sign up for our Car Care Club membership. For only $199 a year, you'll receive 4 free oil changes, plus massive discounts on all other maintenance services. I'm Steve Finzel with Finzel's Master Tech. Car problem, we fix it.
Sullivan County Community Hospital is offering free baby prep classes. On February 10th from 10 until 2, learn about the birth process, labor signs, pain management options, and so much more. Lunch is provided. Call to register.
The Stock Market Report on WTWO is brought to you by First Farmers Bank and Trust.
Save big money on flooring from Menards. Get the floor of your dreams with our huge selection of flooring. Check out soft and luxurious carpet, durable laminate flooring that will stand up to life's everyday demands, and waterproof vinyl plank that offers the look of real wood without the worry. Mohawk Perfect Seal Statements laminate flooring is just $329 per square foot. Or choose Mohawk Adrift Carpet for $159 a square foot, now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The frost in the air and this head cold remind me that tax season is just around the corner. That means it's time to be on the lookout for all of your tax documents like W-2s and 1099s. I make a list of everything I'm looking for to make sure I don't miss anything. Don't forget, many employers and banks now put these documents on their website instead of mailing them. Go to StadlerTax.com for great information to help you prepare.
Grab the Valley Golf Card. Enjoy 24 plus 4 rounds and save over $500. Perfect for golf lovers. Visit MyWabashValley.com. Brought to you by Midas of Terre Haute.
Let's take a look.
Welcome to tonight's Hoosier Lottery Daily 3 and Daily 4 drawings. I'm Rachel Robinson. Over 30 years, the Hoosier Lottery has contributed more than $7 billion to the state of Indiana for good causes. Learn more at HoosierLottery.com/givingback. Now let's play Daily 3. Tonight's first number is 1, followed by 9, and finally 6. Your read numbers are 196. Now let's play Daily 4. Tonight's first number is 0, followed by 2. Our third number is 0. And finally, 6. Your read numbers are 0206. Tonight's Super Bowl is 6. Thanks for playing, Indiana.
All the news, weather, and sports that matter to you are on MyWabashValley.com.
Now, your local weather authority with Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker.
We are 2/3 of the way through meteorological winter, which is December, January, and February, because tomorrow is the 1st of February. So winter so far has been warm, a little wetter than normal, and not much snow. We're 6 inches behind on snowfall. We've only had 3.2 inches of snow here at the TV station so far. Temperature-wise today, we hit 46 for the high, 33 was our low. No precipitation today. We do end the month, though, above normal. It's only the 3rd time in a year and a half that we've had above normal precipitation, 4.88, quite a bit above, actually about 1.5 inches above where we should have been. Wabash River, with all the recent rain, is high, but it has crested, starting to come back down now in Terre Haute, right at 22 feet. So this is what we're looking at then as we take you through the next few days. First of all, the sunshine did return. We saw some of that today. Dry weather pattern settles in. Very mild. Wait till you see this forecast. And a great weekend shaping up. It looks like things are going to be pretty nice for a while yet. Here's what it looks like at the airport in Terre Haute on the east side of town. We're at 34. The wind is fairly light, 6 miles per hour, so there's just a little bit of a wind chill. It feels like 29. Temperatures right now pretty much in the 30s everywhere. 33 Vincennes, 36 over in the Greencastle area currently. On the water vapor satellite, this is drier air that's working in here. There's a disturbance here, but there's a big storm. See this spin out here? A big storm out here off the west coast, and that's going to be a lot of trouble along the west coast with heavy rain, snow in the higher elevations. We're already seeing that all up and down the west coast. But here, not much going on. We had some clouds for a while today. The clouds kind of moved out. We're looking at a lot of clearing skies across the area for the overnight hours for tonight. Nothing showing up on the Dorsett Automotive Doppler radar, so we're good overnight. Tomorrow looks good. I think there'll be some clouds that move in, but still some sunshine at times. A little weak front will drop in, and I don't think it's going to do much for us. It might keep the temperatures a couple degrees cooler on Friday. A few more clouds come in, but still pretty good weather to wrap up the week and start the weekend. Some more clearing takes place late Friday night. That big storm on the west coast, though, will move into the center portion of the country, but it looks like it's going to have to go around the high pressure and stay away from here. We may get some clouds with it, but right now we're thinking we'll stay dry for the weekend and into the first and middle part of next week. Now, I wanted to show you a little longer term because eventually we'll see a bigger system move in, but probably not until about the 9th. So we got 7-8 days of some pretty good weather before we start to see another system move in. This one may be the beginning of the change in the pattern for us. This is through the 10th, and then there's another big storm in the southwest. So I think after we hit about mid-month, we're going to start to see changes more in an active pattern, and more winter weather will come back in. In the meantime, look at this. Temperatures look good as we head through the next several days. This goes out for a week, and all the cold air is shoved way back up to the north. And it's going to stay that way for a little while, but notice once we get to about the 9th, we do start to see signs of some of the colder air pushing south, and I think with time, we'll start to see that across more of the United States. So the forecast tonight then looks like this. Pretty good, actually. Temperatures dropping down around the freezing mark. Basically kind of fair skies out there. Then during the day tomorrow, we're looking at some clouds mixed with some sunshine at times, but look at the high, all the way to 54 degrees. And then after that, it's going to stay mild for a while. These daytime highs will be around 50 or so as we take you into Friday, Saturday, Sunday with some sunshine for the weekend. Still upper 40s to near 50 early next week, and for the most part, we're looking mostly dry as we head through the next several days. Some good weather for the first week of February, Grant.
Thank you, Jesse. Plenty of basketball to chew on this Wednesday. Sycamore's trying to rally in the Music City against Belmont. We'll take you there. And night number 2 at the best girls sectional in the entire state. Highlights from North Knox right after the break.
Everybody's just very friendly, and you hear that and you say, yeah, all right. But they are. They're very friendly. I just like the atmosphere and everything around here.
Tumbler Rest's a good place to stay. People are very nice here and accommodating, and the help is very good.
And I like to be around people. You know, sitting at home by yourself just doesn't work very well. I'm in seventh heaven here. Always somebody to talk to if you want to, or visit with.
At Premier Homes, we have been working with First Farmers Bank and Trust for over 5 years. When we have a customer in need of a lender for their manufactured or modular home construction, there is no hesitation in referring them to Jennifer Cruz at First Farmers. We know our customers will be taken care of from the first time they call Jennifer until they receive the keys to their brand new home.
The sights and sounds of winter are upon us. Turn to WTWO for all the latest winter weather advisories and storm tracking. WTWO, your local weather authority.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? You were right on time. At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. And to make it even better, we have free fitness training, equipment for every workout, plus a free in-app crowd meter, and most clubs open 24 hours. Feel good about being fashionably late. It's the last chance to join Planet Fitness for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry. Deal ends January 31st.
Drive into the new year with the best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle from the Piano Man right now at the Sullivan Automotive Group. Get low 1.9% financing and no payments till spring. And pre-owned vehicles starting at just $299 per month from one of the top pre-owned dealers in the Wabash Valley since 2006. See the Piano Man for the nicer, newer vehicle that you deserve at a price you'll love. The Sullivan Automotive Group on US 41 North and at shopsullivanauto.com.
In journalism, trust is everything. It must be earned every day in the truth of our words and the stories we tell.
I can promise News Nation's not going anywhere.
News Nation, built upon a reputation for honest, unbiased news, reporting with integrity, perspective, and experience, building a legacy of journalism you can trust. News Nation, news for all America.
Catch the Valley's longest-running high school sports show, Going to the Hoop, every Friday at 11. Join WTWO Sports Director Grant Pugh and the WTWO Sports team. Going to the Hoop, brought to you by... From the Wabash Valley Chevy Dealers Sports Desk, here's Sports Director Grant Pugh.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Game day in the Missouri Valley Conference. Sycamore's heading down to Nashville to meet up with the Belmont Bruins this evening. We'll take you there. ISU has not won there since '56. ISU trailed by as many as 19. Isaiah Swope hits the three before the halftime buzzer. Sycamore's only down by 8 at the break. So here they come. Second half, they would come all the way back. Robbie cleans up this play. Avila does, puts it back up and in. ISU grabs the lead. 55-54 over the Bruins. A little later, down by 1. Check out this finish by Julian Larry at the rim, spinning through that one. He finished in double figures as all ISU starters did this evening. Tied at 59 a little later. Swope on a dime with a pass over to Ryan Conwell. He connects on a deep three. ISU back on top, 62-59. 8 minutes and change left. How about Jason Kent going Superman again? His third straight double-double tonight. He has 8 on the season, 14 and 10 for him. Finally, it's Swope leading the team in scoring as he's done a lot this season. 17 points. He banks this one in. That would call it a game. Indiana State completes the comeback. They get the big win, 78-72 the final. 19 and 3 on the season, 10 and 1 in the Valley. Here's Coach Schertz after the big win.
We got key stops, and I thought we really dominated the glass, the energy plays, the muscle stats, big muscle stats there in the second half, and fortunate to win. But I liked. I told them the collective grit, the resolve, the toughness. We've shown over and over again, and tonight was another example against a really good team on the road and against a team that I didn't think we were at our best, but we found a way.